Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. This is for the Knicks.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Tyrese Halliburton.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward position. And for the Wizards, they've got Sarr, Malcolm Brogdon out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. And with the trade deadline behind us, GA, that is a busy time for front offices.
Yeah, and for every trade that takes place, hundreds more are proposed. I don't envy the GM's long hours behind the scenes.
Here's Nembhard, outside Mathurin. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. And he goes in for the dunk.
And one of the
Yeah, nice pass.
in his draft class, Mathurin with quick lift off the floor and then the power to hammer it home.
Let's it go from 14. And here's Indiana. Here's Nembhard. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Siakam. Shoots from the block. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. So for the Wizards, their last game a win against the Spurs. Sarr with it. From downtown. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
Mathurin against Middleton. Outside Turner. Back to Halliburton. 4 on the shot clock. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner.
Can't leave him open.
Consistent with that shot.
Here's Washington. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Not a close contest either. Bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
And the Wizards with possession following the score by Indiana. Brogdon with it. Mathurin picks him up. And that one's good, Brogdon.
Well, Brogdon just has a great feel as to when he should
Shooter. He can shoot it now.
in rhythm.
And Malcolm Brogdon, Brent has moved around a little bit in his career, but he's always found a way to contribute.
Well, I think coaches appreciate, Kevin, the way that Malcolm plays the game in terms of his efficiency. They can always use that ability out there. A guy who makes solid decisions with the ball and is a knockdown shooter with high percentages. Well, the size that Brogdon has at the point guard, a good job of finding somebody over the top.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Mathurin attacking, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And Washington making a change here. Dave's checked in. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Brogdon kicks to Bay. Pass to Song. Back to Bay. From the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
Sarr's shot is off.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Here's Carrington, and he uses the glass on the layup.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Got a hand on it.
Sharp defensive instincts.
Get that out of here.
Intercepted. Middleton finds Brogdon. The Wizards working the ball around now. Takes the three. Middleton can't get it to go. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
For 3, Brogdon. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Not a standout
Shooter.
part of Sarr's game, but good work recognizing that opening in the defense and making the right read.
Now that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's Brogdon. And the layup's good
right.
off the glass. Brogdon's got 8 points.
They can play some
How
defense.
about Brogdon just adjusting there and then finishing with contact.
Now Halliburton. 1 second left. And he got that one up
Good
in time,
defense.
but doesn't go in. And so it's Malcolm Brogdon making highlights for the Washington Wizards. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on
Good
display.
for a backup.
We come back right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Washington.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
Johnson is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Sadiq Bey. And here's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Shampoo in at the 4 spot. That's the group start the second quarter for the Wizards. No good.
Right.
Greg, we saw in the 2024 regular season that these Pacers actually led the NBA in assists.
Averaging over 30 assists a game. Now that's ball movement. These Pacers really trust one another and love to share the load offensively.
What you like about Martin is he's an opportunist. He finds the lane and he hits it.
Here's Johnson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
The Pacers making a switch here. Walker's checked in. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report.
And rise up, Mr. Bay. That was ultra close range.
Here's Halliburton. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And, guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully, and then seriously put on a passing clinic.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the evening. And the first one drops. Stars checked in for the Wizards. Chris Middleton comes in for Johnson. Indiana also making some changes. Miles Turner comes in for Jackson. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for Caleb Martin. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Martin's checked in for Indiana. In the second half of February now, the power rankings have lots of statistical analysis to pull from. You look at Indiana. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Well, right now for Washington, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they for real, but they may be the team to beat.
And Koulibaly gets it to go.
Feeling more and more comfortable in this offense. That's just Chris Middleton making a play.
Brent Koulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Pacers trail by 7. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And on an open look like that, he's very good.
Right back there. There you go.
And Koulibaly gets it to go. Koulibaly's got the lead up to 9 now for the Wizards. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Indiana Pacers. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And some changes here for the Pacers. Pascal Siakam comes in for Toppin, and it's Benedict Mathurin in for Martin. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Mathurin. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And Mathurin's vertical is remarkable. I love how he goes after it on those plays.
Middleton outside. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 7.
Oh, this game, Chris.
Nembhard the pass to Mathurin.
Easy basket.
Back to Nembhard. Turner with the screen. On the wing, Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Nembhard. That 3 off the mark.
Come on, Chris, what you got?
Leading by 7.
Come on, Chris. There you go.
In the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. For Indiana, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
There you go. Get that shit out of here. This is for the Knicks.
Caleb Martin's checked in for Halliburton. Here's Mathurin. He has 6. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
Middleton.
Mismatch.
That one goes. Count it. Middleton's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Wizards. Pacers shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Siakam, the bounce back. Drains it from beyond the arc.
It's a shot right there.
Nembhard's got 5 now.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Brogdon.
Gotta go with the left. All right.
Pacers trail by 6.
Almost.
Mathurin with the ball. Misses him
Had to
close.
grab all the way in
1
like that.
second separating the shot clock and game clock. Out to the right wing. Here's Saul. Good, and the assist goes to
My
Middleton.
big man can shoot better than yours.
Middleton's got 3 assists tonight.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Carrington. Over to the wing. Here's Saul.
Told you.
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And so it's the Washington Wizards. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Rick Carlisle. Coach, what need...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, they don't want to say it, but they are very confident coming into this one. And who can blame them?
They played some good ball this season. Their opponent, not so much.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Pacers.
You're not going to win many games shooting under 30% from 3. If they want to climb back into it, they've got to focus on getting easier looks there, Ernie.
Not everybody can be like the Jet, though, who shot a career 40% from behind the line.
39.9%. That half year in Atlanta killed it, Ernie.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Tyrese Halliburton with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the 1 spot.
That board looked easy for Sarr at 7-1. You expect second chance opportunities like that.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Pacers obviously push the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Now, here is Halliburton. He's got 10. And Halliburton slams it in.
And Halliburton just springing off the floor. Defense couldn't stop him once he got airborne.
For 3, Middleton, and the 3-ball
There
is
you go,
good.
Chris.
Middleton's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Nembhard. He has 5. Halliburton passes to Turner. 4 on the clock. From 8. No good on that one. Wizards leading by 12. To the right side. Turner with the steal. Mathurin with the ball. Brogdon picks him up. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for Washington.
Oh, mismatch.
Here's Sarr. He's covered by Halliburton. Sarr gets the bucket.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. And coaches decide they need a moment to talk things over.
Okay, so blowout.
The Pacers making a change here. Martin's checked in. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Pascal Siakam.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Turner passes to Nembhard. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Got a piece of it.
Out here.
There are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Champagnie passes to Brogdon. No good on the
Brogdon,
Pacers trail by 14. Outside, Martin. Indiana again, missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And stolen by Siakam. Halliburton inside the three-point line. At the elbow, it's Siakam. Martin kicks to Siakam. Shot clock at 5. Can they get it? And he sinks the layup.
And always nice to have an inside-out threat like Siakam. He can have an impact anywhere on the floor.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Wizards making a switch here. Wizards leading by 12. Down low.
We'll take that.
Oh,
you gotta hit that.
Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Martin, the pass to Halliburton. From outside the arc, it doesn't go for him.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Brent talking about Saddiq Bey. He's the type of player every team covers.
When you think about Saddiq Bey and where it is that he came from culturally in college, and this is a guy at his size and with his ability, you can plug in and play and know you're going to get genuine effort on a nightly basis.
Here's Halliburton. Following the bucket by the Wizards. On the money from 12 feet away. Halliburton's got 14.
Well, Tyrese feels like kind of an old school player. He's got some flavor to his game. Love the mid-range.
Tyrese.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Out to the right wing. Siakam kicks to Halliburton. That doesn't go either for Halliburton.
Right.
Defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from 3-point range.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Oh, Saddiq.
Pacers trail by 14. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Hands it from downtown. Nembhard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Nice pass from the swingman, Martin, proving what a team player he is.
Here's Bey. And they come right
there you go. I know you can hit him.
3-point. And the Wizards lead by 14. And so it's the Washington Wizards sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with it.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Gill is out there with Bey. Then it's Koulibaly.
That's
It's Johnson, and it's Holmes in at the center position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Tenacious. Sinking that shot.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Here's Walker following the three-pointer by Washington. Indiana moving the ball around. Halliburton against Johnson. And it's Halliburton missing. Wizards leading by 14. Pass to Gill. Back to Koulibaly. Shoots the three. Toppin pulls it in. And Walker's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. Washington with the rebound. Holmes got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Walker. Here's Bay. That's in there. Jackson with the assist. Bay's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Bay's not going to hesitate. Very confident in that range.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout.
Shoot,
he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Chris Middleton's checked in for Richaun Holmes. The Pacers also with a sub. Andrew Nembhard's checked in for Walker. Pass to Nembhard.
Yeah.
Washington with the rebound.
Yeah.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Bay. And the Wizards lead by 19.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Halliburton. Sinks that one from the post. Halliburton's got 19 points.
Coming into the league, scouts had some uncertainty about Halliburton's jumper, mostly because of the way it looks, a push shot out front, but he's shown he's more than capable as a shooter.
Chris.
Good on the bucket.
Little mid-range.
Every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Johnson against Halliburton. Here's Martin. Goes to the reverse layup.
Straight to the hoop.
Working in close to the rim. Martin knows how to finish strong.
Here's Johnson.
Oh,
it's rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton.
Beautiful.
Pass to Jackson. That's good. It's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got 5 assists in the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. For three, Middleton gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Isaiah Jackson. Pascal Siakam comes in for Toppin. And it's Benedict Mathurin in for Martin.
And already Mathurin has a pretty dynamic drive, but getting the drop on the defense all season won't be easy.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Alex Song.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing with the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis.
Press me.
Washington with the ball.
Don't press. Don't press.
At 6'5", Brogdon capable of getting up there. We don't see it all that often, but a nice dunk.
1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Halliburton passes to Mathurin. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
From deep three-point land, and it's Carrington missing.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Alex Sarr.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Take him to school, Malcolm.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Knicks.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we present the player of the game, Alex Sarr.
Yeah, he had a complete game. 13-7. Okay, so lock. Alright. Okay, oh, it's not All-Star. Okay, All-Star weekend. Rising Stars. Man, Jordan still hurt. Okay. Who's that? Oh, Jordan. Okay, we got him back. Got our star back. Okay. Jared McCann, Steven Castle. I think I'm gonna go with the rookies. No, my bad. Let me go with the sophomores. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the NBA Rising Stars Challenge. Get ready for some thrilling end-to-end action as the best first and second-year players in the NBA do battle on the hardwood. Alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.
And Kevin, you talked about some thrills being in store for us tonight. These young guys are all capable of making a spectacular play at any.
Well, without question.
question. I mean, if this game has taught us anything over the last few years, over the years in general,
Back up.
it's there isn't
Hey,
a
let me
highlight
do.
reel big enough to capture all of the incredible high-flying action.
Here are the starters for the sophomores. They've got Amen Thompson.
That's playing defense. There y'all go.
Is out there with Brandon Miller. Then there's
Come on,
Holmgren.
Scoop.
And he just rocked the rim.
Insanity on display right there. Wow.
There's the basketball mind of Henderson working. Stayed ahead of the play for the score.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam King.
And it's just something about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives
he
each
got
of
me
these
screen.
young players a chance to really do
Nice screen.
something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter.
We could do
David
something
Aldridge.
too.
David,
Uh-oh.
it's all yours.
Oh.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share.
Amen.
And we talked about the matchup against Scoot Anderson. He told me Scoot is an extremely talented player. He's already somebody you have to game plan for with his scoring and playmaking. This is a guy with superstar potential. And Coach has a lot of respect for the skilled youngster. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. You brought the big stage these young guys around tonight. For so many of the fans, Greg, who are still, just getting familiar with these players, it really is a great welcome to the NBA moment.
It really is a showcase. And for each player, whether they have great moments or not, just being chosen to participate is a huge honor. And it says a lot about where they stand amongst their peers. I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Here's Castle.
And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
And the sophomores with possession. 4-point game. Henderson for three. A three-pointer is right on target.
Scoot on fire.
Henderson's got 7 points in the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
And Connect slams it in.
Now look at the fearlessness from Connect above the rim. Wow.
This really has become one of the signature events of All-Star Weekend. I know you love it, Greg, and it gets everyone into the mood for all the festivities that are soon to come.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's such a great way for these young players to show off some of the fancy moves that they wouldn't even dare to attempt in a regular season game.
Here's Castle. There's a screen. Just 3 to shoot. Here's McCain.
Get out of there. Yeah, check. Who was that?
Bruce Ellis
Nice
is checked in
defense.
for the rookies. And the sophomores making a change here as well. George is checked in for Scoot Henderson. And so it's the sophomores with it. Leading by 5. On the wing, Thompson. And George kicks to Holmgren. Back to George. Thompson outside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, one.
And some players in the Rising Stars Challenge aren't especially well known yet. But this young man is someone we've already become very familiar with.
It has not taken him long to really establish himself in the league. I mean, he's been logging a ton of minutes.
Thompson, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren.
Hey, when you look at Thompson, his physical attributes jump out at you right away. I mean, he is a freak athlete with tremendous upside.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
And yes, it's good.
Not a lot in the way of defense here tonight, but, that's about the norm.
Yep, this game is always going to be about offense, about entertaining these fans as much as possible.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. So both teams making some changes here. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Pass to connect. Here's Collier. Here's Castle. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I know we never see a lot of defense in these games, but tonight we're not seeing any.
Simply call it a free-for-all. I mean, you want the guys to have fun out there, but it would be nice to see some effort put into the defensive end of the floor.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Here's Collier, defended by George. With the drive, Collier. That's good.
And, you know, he's kind of come out of the blue this season. Nobody expected to see him playing at such a high level.
Almost as though his game developed overnight. I mean, he might have been flying under the radar coming into the season, but that's no longer the case.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Pass to Castle. Here's Collier, defended by George. Holmgren with the steal. Now here is Miller. Outside, George. From deep. And there's Miller. Good that time on the assist by George.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game.
Not a bad first quarter.
With guns blazing.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. It's the sophomores up by 10. We've got more in store for... Welcome back as we get a glimpse of the future here at the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it has been a fantastic game up to this point.
It certainly has. I mean, we know these young fellas can play, and they are putting on a show.
And you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full.
And these fans are getting treated to just some amazing aerial action in this game.
And that's the way it should be, right? I mean, it's All-Star Week. You don't lay it in, you punch it in.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lively. Henderson's checked in for the sophomores. Here's Collier, defended by George. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. The sophomores on offense. Here's Henderson. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Henderson's got the lead up to 10 now for the sophomores. Henderson's gone 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Pass to Carrington. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And Thompson gets it to go.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Thompson's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Collier. Here's Carrington. It's hauled in by George. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Here's Collier. Lively defending. Here's Messi. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And here now the rookies, trailing by 13. Here's Collier. Inside. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Get 1 point.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Holmgren. A second chance effort. Wembanyama. And Wembanyama too much inside.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
Here's Buzelis, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
Oh, and the crowd goes crazy after seeing that finish.
Yep, a throwdown appropriate for the occasion. That's how to get these fans revved up and excited.
Miller, the pass to Wembanyama. Here's Henderson, and Henderson with the dunk.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
And it's the rookies now. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Buzelis. And he's good on the 3-ball. Buzelis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period.
Here's Wembanyama. Makes it off the glass.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Buzelis with the ball. Working on Holmgren. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Wembanyama. Rebound by the rookies. Here's Collier. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the sophomores. Wembanyama has got 5 rebounds tonight. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
A nice shot by George.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
George has gotten all 3 of the shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Pass to Carrington. Here's McCain. No good with the triple. George up top. 6 points for him. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. And McCain pulls it down. Into the lane. Here's Collier. And a miss there on the triple. And we finished 1 half of basketball. Sophomores lead by 14. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And we're glad to have you along as we resume the action at the Rising Stars Challenge. Some great careers in store for these young men.
And what a showcase this game has been for the league's best and brightest young stars.
And you know, one of my favorite things is seeing the camaraderie between the players. I mean, both of these teams really enjoying playing together and against each other.
Rizachet is out there with Connect. Then it's Castle. And it's Ware in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the rookies. Pass to McCain.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
there you go.
Very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Thompson in the corner. The 3-ball. Drops in the tray. Thompson's got 7.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
Right wing. Front past the arc. Henderson pulls it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside
Timeout.
and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Here's Ware. Scoreless thus far. Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Unable to get that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Pass to Ware. Here's McCain. Here's Castle. They need this. Bangs home the trifecta. Ware's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Henderson, good for another
Oh,
basket.
pretty.
He's put up 10
Loaded.
shots and made 7 of them.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
To the paint, and stolen by Thompson.
No.
And oh, here we go with Henderson. Whistle blows, bucket is good.
And one.
At the line to make it a 3-point play.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances.
Here's McCain, covered by Miller. Here's Castle. Lays it up off the glass. Castle's got his 3rd basket of the night.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
Henderson kicks to Holmgren. Now Wembanyama. 8 points for him. Back to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Holmgren's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Castle, covered by Miller. Floats one up. Castle misses. And here are the sophomores.
Go on, check.
They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. A 3 from Wembanyama. Rookies with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Yeah, we up by so much. It don't matter. Stupid play, but...
Ware. Now connect. Covered by Miller. Here's Castle. He has 6. And it's off from 3-point range. Holmgren finds Miller. Back to Holmgren. Now Thompson. For 3, Henderson sinks the triple. Henderson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Hey.
Here's Castle, covered by Miller, and Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The sophomore is making a switch here. George is checked in. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Ware. Here's Collier. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Thompson.
There you go, Amen. Oh, solid defense.
Lobbed up there for Miller.
Nice pass, too.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic. Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the sophomores as they end the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Welcome back to this showcase of the amazing young talent in the NBA, the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it's not hard to tell just how much fun these young guys are having out there tonight.
That's exactly right. And the same goes for the fans. I mean, they're having a blast, too. What a terrific event this has been.
And a look at the 5 for the sophomores to start the fourth quarter. George is out there with Dick. Then it's Derek Lively. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. Thompson's gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And Lively pulls it down.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Collier. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Thompson outside. Wants to get it to Lively and does. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you'd try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players. Can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Here's Thompson. Rebounded by the rookies. Pass to Filipowski. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. The baseline jam. And Lively pulls it down. And so it's the sophomores with it. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Jaquez has got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Pass to Carrington. Here's Collier. Rebound by sophomores. Lively's got 4 rebounds in this game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And here they come. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And look at the rookie out there facilitating for his team. Buzelis not missing the chance to make his teammates better. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Collier. From outside, off the mark.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
And he drives in, and the dunk by Dick.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Carrington. Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
Here's Dick. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
That one falls. Collier's got 4 points this quarter.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
It's Dick on the wing for three. Rebound by the rookies. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Filipowski. Launches it. Carrington, that's good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Thompson from long range. The rebound by Carrington. And here now the rookies. In the corner, it's Buzelis. Here's Carrington. Sinks the three-pointer.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Jordan.
Got to do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Here's Collier. And so the sophomores take this one by a big margin.
What a terrific game. I tell you what, these young players are going to give us years of excitement to come. The future of the NBA is looking very bright with these guys, Kevin.
Terrific young players. It sure is. You're right, Greg. And this really was a fun contest to watch, as it always is. We hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. Thanks so much for joining us. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.
We got the three-point shootout next. Yep. All right, come on, Malcolm. Oh, we got Malcolm and Chris in here? Okay. Let's take a bit. Needed that. We'll take that 17. A little off. Oh, Steph. He should get 17. Oh, if he not. He's still good. Oh, he got us. Nope. Yep. Got 1 point. We gotta get 17 maybe. Yeah, that was awful. I'm gonna get better. Oh, man. Hey, well, you might be out of it. Nice shooting. Come on. Oh, yeah, we in there. Good, okay. We're gonna get a 7 here. We're in danger. We're in danger. Oh yeah. I might end up eliminating myself. Oh, we got a chance. Uh-oh. We're gonna be in it. Alright, Chris, we're gonna have to at least trying to beat 17. But you're shooting it. We'll take that. I hit a money ball. I had that. No money ball. Chris. Oh, that was terrible. Be out of there, Chris. I'm back. Oh. Come on, Matt. We gotta bounce back. It's up to you. I'm my best shooter, too. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Got it. Who's that? Let's shoot it. Come on, man. Hey, that's not gonna do it. I need to get in the 20s to be done. Didn't look right here. Get this one. You got it. Just need one more basket to tie. Tied up. One more to beat. But she's gonna get one more. Not the best suitor, but oh well.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. LeBron James is out there with Davis. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1 spot.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Here's Brunson. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good for 2.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
And so here are the West All-Stars. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the East. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Cunningham against Doncic. And that one's good. His 2nd basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Wasted no time on that one.
And how about the aggressiveness from Cunningham? Reading the defense and then just punishing them with that pull-up.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Ball's checked in for Cunningham. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Durant's checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
The East leading by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Their plan, such as it is to make Kevin Durant uncomfortable, force him to take shots instead of giving him the ones he wants. Coach said it's obviously easier said than done, but if you let Durant get hot, forget about it. He can take over an entire game. We'll see if they can execute defensively. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The 3 from LeBron. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in this game. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here. I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Now, here's Mobley. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's Ball with the three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back-at-you three. The revenge triple.
It's Giannis with the drive. The shot's good. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket.
They're doing a lot of spectating there on D. But, hey, it's the All-Star game.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Pass to Tatum. Out to Brunson. Back to Tatum. Fires for three. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight. And so it's the East All-Stars. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Check.
Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And, guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
They got Trae Young. Jaylen Brown out there with Tatum. Then it's Ball. And it's Towns. And at the center, locking down the middle. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with. Tatum pulling out one of his many moves.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Curry can't get it to go.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And here is Irving. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. The three. Count that one. The East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 14 points again thanks to the basket from Curry.
This is how competitive Curry is. He's got a great competitive spirit. You drain a three on him, guess what? He's looking to come right back at you.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Cunningham is checked in for the East. Davis is checked in for the West. Now, here's Ball.
Timeout,
and Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Irving. And here are the East All-Stars now. 17 points was their biggest margin. The three. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Brown. Tatum's got 8 points.
And that's a nice exchange between teammates there. I mean, they really work well together, whether it's All-Star Week or the regular season.
You know, really pretty fresh they get to share this stage together tonight. I mean, they've both helped each other to get here, and now they're going to keep helping each other.
Now, here's Ball. After LeBron James's miss. An even 3-on-3 break. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Well, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
And here's Tatum for three. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
James up top. Some nice passing here by the West. The offensive rebound. Davis. And finish.
Those defenders with ease because of how strong he is. That's what they call weight room.
Now here's Tatum. 8 points for him. And here's Brown outside. Nailed from three-point land. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Left side, Towns. The kick out to Brown. This one for 3. The West All-Stars pull it in. James looking it over. Curry wide open. And the 3 off target.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Giannis, he's checked in for the East. Jalen Brunson comes in for Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the West. Now here's Curry. Lets it go from deep. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Now, here's Doncic. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pass to Doncic. A 3-ball from Doncic.
The guard attributes on display there. Luka with one of the quicker releases you'll see in the game.
Brunson outside. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3-ball. Brown's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Davis with a screen on Brown. And here's Doncic from the arc. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now, here's Doncic. After the miss from Karl-Anthony Towns.
Luka Magic has been on display tonight. He is in full control, piling up the points.
Pass to Giannis. Cunningham outside. Lets it go with the 3. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 5 assists in the game. Curry with it. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the East All-Stars taking a 19-point lead into the break. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving.
Right back.
Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. We'll get right back to the action when we return. One half remaining in the NBA All-Star game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Doncic. Then it's James. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Wembanyama in its center.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
First trip to the line for him here. That one is off.
A multiple-time MVP. You know, what's really scary is that Giannis feels like he can keep getting better, and more importantly, he does the work to get better.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Listen both. The West trails by 19. Outside, Davis. Pass to Doncic. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. Doncic has got 15.
Even for Doncic, this is a big night in the scoring column, giving his fans their money's worth and then some.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
West All-Stars shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, one of the things I like about watching Doncic is the pace he plays at. You're not going to speed him up. He plays at his pace, the pace he dictates.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
You know, from the moment Luka entered the league, despite the naysayers, he's been a star, a legitimate star. And that's something you don't see very often.
Now here's Tatum. 8 points for him. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. The 3 for Doncic. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And the All-Star MVP award, always such a prestigious honor. And it's becoming clear who that honor is going to be bestowed upon this year.
And with the game he's having, it's hard to envision anybody else winning it.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Brunson. Takes it inside. 2 points. That one goes. Brunson's got 8 points.
And I like seeing Brunson drive inside. Good at just keeping the pressure on the defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Brunson. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Doncic. Now James. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And smart choice by Cunningham, using the floater to get that one to go.
The West trails by 19. Now, here's Doncic, who's got 19. Here's James. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. LeBron's got his first 2 points.
That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Here's Brunson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's James. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got 21.
Luka uses his body to create space and then finds the inside look.
Here's Brunson, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. The East making a switch. Ball's checked in. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Durant's checked in for Davis. Mobley the pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside, Ball. 6 to shoot. Here's Brunson. Oh, the rejection by Wembanyama. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the West. Trailing by 17. Doncic against Ball. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. The East All-Stars on offense. Tatum kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Mobley. Good ball movement here by the East. From deep, Brunson. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And in the past few years, Brunson's percentages from the corner has been outstanding, well above league average.
Now here's James. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fades back. The shot comes out.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Tatum. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Doncic.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Brunson kicks to Tatum. Beyond the arc. That shot missing. And so it's the East All-Stars with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class
respect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Towns is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then there's Brown, and it's Cunningham in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Here is Cunningham. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go. Towns for 3. Buries it from three-point range. And the East leads by 19.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
A nice shot by Brown.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Trae Young, he's checked in for Ball. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Young dishes to Towns. And here's Brown outside. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Williamson kicks to KD. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Durant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Young taking his time here. Giannis outside. Pass to Cunningham. No good that time. Great D that time from Davis. The West trails by 17. Curry outside. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Antetokounmpo against Davis. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got 28.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. So for the West, Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Durant. James comes in for Zion Williamson. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Curry.
And this is what Young is known for, a knockdown threat from downtown.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Doncic. Over Cunningham. And it's Doncic missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
That's a 2 from Towns. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Really love how Brown distributes the ball, keeping his eyes moving at all times.
Doncic with it. He's against Cunningham. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Here's Doncic. Following the basket by Trae Young. Can't hit that one. Cunningham outside. Towns in the corner. The Trae. It's rebounded by the West.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
James, the pass to Doncic. Three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. The East leading by 19. And it's Towns penetrating, and he converts the layup.
I think they want Towns to be a little more active like this, using his size and strength to score on the move.
Doncic against Cunningham. From the top of the key, Doncic, no good.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Giannis with it, guarded by Wembanyama.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Buries the long-range jumper.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Doncic. Over Cunningham. The West again cannot hit. Now the East All-Stars with it. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. It's good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
On the wing, Doncic. So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And, guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent
across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe and share. Victory Hand.